By Utah Republican Congressman Jason Chaffetz. He's on the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform Committee. Congressman, welcome. Good to have you here this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Is it any relief to you to hear the news that the FBI is now doing sort of a social media outreach to look for clues as to what happened that night?
Hey, look, I want the FBI to pursue every lead, and I'm going to applaud that. But it's months since these people were killed, since we had 4 people that were murdered. It took them weeks to get to Benghazi to try to secure the compound and scour the place for information. I don't sense the urgency from the administration to get after this. They give it some lip service, but look at the actions. These people are killed. It takes weeks to get to Benghazi. We're months after the fact, and now they're just going up on social media. Remember, Ansar al-Sharia was reported 2 hours into the attack itself, claimed responsibility on social media. That's something we should have been pursuing right at the get-go.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you would think, obviously, this is an intel on the ground issue. We have no longer the presence that we had on the ground there because we don't have that outpost anymore that we once had. What we learned was that those CIA assets were in part there to sort of try to track down perhaps shoulder-fired missiles that went missing after Gaddafi was taken out of office there and was killed eventually. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions about ongoing operations that may be, you know, sort of simmering in that area. And you don't have a good feel for how well they're progressing with any of it.
No, remember, there was somebody that was detained. I believe Turkey was involved. The person was in Tunisia. It took Senator Graham to make a phone call to actually open up the lines of dialogue so that we could actually get in there and go talk to him. But, and thank goodness for Senator Graham doing that. But it makes you wonder why a Republican senator has to make the phone call and why the administration doesn't already, on top of that, immediately pursuing that type of thing.
Yeah, we haven't heard the president talk a lot about how this investigation is going either. Do we have the soundbite, you guys, from Susan Collins the other day? All right, let's play that. This is after she spoke with UN Ambassador Susan Rice.
I believe that the White House asked her to come on because they felt that she would emphasize the points that the Obama administration wanted emphasizing. Well, I walked out of the meeting with a profound sense of disappointment.
Those are pretty strong words from a senator who is known for not necessarily towing the party line. I think she's viewed as much more independent, and I think that's the assessment a lot of people are coming from. For me, what was most telling is when the president was at the press conference and the president said, well, you know, essentially don't pick on Ambassador Rice. She didn't know anything about Benghazi. Then why did the administration put her out there as the spokesperson and try to what has ended up being misleading the world on what really happened in Benghazi? It's just every single time we go down this step, it's bungled, and it begs more questions than it answers.
How do you think we're doing with the investigation? Because we were told that we wouldn't really hear anything about all of this until after the election, which some people thought was too bad. But now we are after the election. So when do you think we will get some answers on what they know?
Remember, the administration's first response from Secretary Clinton is, we're going to do this 60-day investigation and we're not going to release any information. But then we in the House Oversight, with Chairman Issa, myself, Trey Gowdy, others, we held this hearing, and what happens? The administration starts to leak other documents because they know that they're behind in this communication. So the administration owes us, Congress, lots of documents, unclassified documents that we've asked. I sent my first letter over to them on September 20th. That still has gone unanswered. And we're to the point where we're going to have to start issuing some subpoenas because the administration is just totally non-responsive.
We'll see. Congressman Chaffetz, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So the immigration debate has gone